YingSha. Being world number 1 is a blessing and a curse. At the 2025 Asian Cup quarterfinal, she was down 1-10 to 16-year-old Miwa Harimoto in set 2. Everyone thought it was over at 1-10. But no one expected what would happen next. February 22, 2025. On that day the stadium was electric. China. 2025 ITTF-ATTU Asian Cup Women's Singles Quarterfinals. The rally that shocked the world was coming, but nobody in the arena could predict how it would unfold. Set 1, the calm before. YingSha settled in early, controlling rallies with surgical precision. Every stroke measured, every exchange calculated. 11-5, a statement starting from the world number 1. You thought YingSha had already won the first set and would sweep 4-0? Not even close. Can you imagine that in the second set, YingSha was trailing Miwa 1-10? Set 2, the shock. Then came the storm. Miwa Harimoto came out blazing, fearless and fast. At one point she led 10-1 against the world number 1. The crowd could hardly believe it. YingSha clawed back a few points but the damage was done. 11-4, Miwa had made her mark. Set 3, the escape. Under pressure YingSha steadied herself. Her experience began to show, turning defense into attack. Miwa kept pushing but YingSha held on, 12-10 barely surviving the storm. You thought YingSha would sweep 4-1 afterwards? Not even close. Set 4, the pushback. Miwa wouldn't fade. Mixing pace, spin and precision she broke YingSha's rhythm again. 11-8, and the match was level. The prodigy was here to fight. Set 5, the breakaway. Now brimming with belief, YingSha raised her tempo. Her footwork is sharper, her shots heavier. Point by point she rebuilt control. 11-9, momentum shifted back to YingSha. Set 6, the decider. Every rally burned with intensity. Each exchange is faster, louder, heavier. Miwa fought with fire but YingSha stood firm. 13-11, a battle worthy of champions. Result: YingSha 4-2 Miwa Harimoto. But wait, 1 year earlier under Olympic lights YingSha faced Chen Meng. And that night, she was the one who was heartbroken. If 1-point comebacks get your heart racing, like and subscribe, the shocks are just getting started. Chen Meng. 2020 Tokyo Olympic champion Chen Meng, calm, composed, unshakable. YingSha, burning with revenge, desperate for redemption under the 2024 Paris Olympic lights. When the lights hit Paris it wasn't just skill, it was war. But no one expected what would happen next. August 3, 2024, the stadium was electric. France. The Olympic women's singles table tennis final. The rally that shocked the world was coming, but nobody in the arena could predict how it would unfold. Set 1, the storm arrives. YingSha came out fearless, attacking from the first point. Her speed and aggression overwhelmed Chen Meng. 11-4, a statement of intent. The crowd roared, was this finally YingSha's redemption? Set 2, the champion refuses to lose. Chen Meng tightened her control, slowing the pace and forcing longer rallies. Her precision returned and she evened the match 11-7, the calm of a veteran. You thought after leveling it 1-1, the tide had turned in YingSha's favor? Not even close. Set 3, momentum shifts. Now it was Chen's rhythm dictating the game. Sun tried to press but errors crept in. 11-4 Chen Meng. Set 4, a flicker of fight. Refusing to fold, YingSha clawed back with relentless forehand counters. She edged it 11-9, the arena could feel the tension building again. You thought after leveling it 2-2, the tide had finally turned in YingSha's favor? That Chen Meng was about to give away her second Olympic gold to YingSha? Not even close. Set 5, Chen Meng's comeback. Chen Meng absorbed every attack, waiting for Sun's slightest hesitation. At 9-9 she struck with 2 perfect backhands. 11-9. The gold was within reach. Set 6, the final blow. By now Chen Meng was unshakable. Sun fought but the champion's composure sealed it. 11-6. Chen Meng retained her crown and for YingSha the heartbreak deepened, twice under Olympic lights. Result: YingSha 2-4 Chen Meng. But wait, before Chen Meng lit up August 3, Fan Zhendong had already stepped into the arena on August 1. And his battle? It was brutal. Fan Zhendong. Can you imagine being the 2020 Olympic silver medalist? Down 1-10 and 1 point from disaster? That was Fan Zhendong's reality against Tomokazu Harimoto. But no one expected what would happen next. August 1, 2024. The stadium was electric. France. The Olympic men's singles table tennis quarterfinal. The rally that shocked the world was coming, but nobody in the arena could predict how it would unfold. Set 1. Harimoto came out blazing. Racing to a 10-1 lead and closing the set 11-2, leaving fans stunned and the crowd in disbelief. You thought the worst was over after that first set? Not even close. Set 2, Harimoto kept up the pressure. Edging out Fan 11-9. Even the legendary composure of Fan Zhendong looked slightly unsettled as Harimoto sensed the opening. Set 3, Fan regrouped and dominated. He forced Harimoto onto defense and took the set 11-4, showing why he's a world champion. Set 4, Fan carried his momentum, turning tight rallies into counterattacks. He pulled ahead and closed the set 11-7, leveling the match and setting up a thrilling final stretch. You thought tying it up at 2-2 meant the nightmare was over? Not even close. Set 5, Harimoto came out blazing, keeping Fan on the back foot. His quick attacks and fearless placement earned him the set 11-4, putting Fan under real pressure. Set 6, Fan regrouped, tightening his serves and counterattacks. Slowly but surely he regained control, taking the set 11-7 and keeping his hopes alive. Set 7, momentum on Fan's side. He played with precision and composure. Harimoto fought hard, but Fan closed the final set 11-7, completing a thrilling comeback. Result, Fan Zhendong battled back to win 4-3. But wait, Tomokazu's fall wasn't the end. Months earlier another left-hander walked in, and swept Ma Long 3-0. Who was he? Ma Long. Ma Long was a two-time Olympic champion. He was expected to sweep. But can you imagine that he was actually down 0-3 to Lin Gaoyuan at first? But no one expected what would happen next. April 21, 2024. The stadium was electric. Macau. 2024 ITTF World Cup Men's Singles Table Tennis Final. The rally that shocked the world was coming, but nobody in the arena could predict how it would unfold. Set 1, Lin strikes first, 11-9 Lin. Every rally, Lin carved angles that even Ma Long couldn't touch. 11-9. The crowd buzzed, a storm was brewing. You thought the worst was over after that first set? Not even close. Set 2, doubt creeps in 11-9 Lin. Another narrow escape 11-9. Lin was up 2-0. The dragon's armor had cracks. Set 3, shockwaves, 11-5 Lin. Then devastation, Lin tore through Ma 11-5. 3 sets to none. The crowd gasped, the king was on the ropes. Lin stood on the edge of history. You thought Lin Gaoyuan would sweep 4-0? Not even close. Set 4, veteran refuses to lose, 11-8 Ma. But as the fourth set slipped away 11-8, Lin's confidence was fading. Set 5, momentum slips, 11-6 Ma. Every missed forehand was louder than the cheers. 11-6. The weight of possibility became the weight of pressure. Set 6, suffocation, 11-4 Ma. Now it was agony. The ball felt heavier, the table smaller, the air thicker. Lin froze, Ma surged 11-4. From 3-0 up to 3-3 the collapse was suffocating. Set 7, the nightmare ends 11-8 Ma. The decider was torture. Lin's arms stiffened, the crowd held its breath, and the dragon roared back 11-8. Result, Ma Long 4-3 Lin Gaoyuan. But wait, just months later a teenager walked into the arena, and came for the king. Same king. Completely different story. If 1-point comebacks get your heart racing, like and subscribe, the shocks are just getting started. Lin Shidong. At just 19 years old, Lin Shidong faced the two-time Olympic champion, Ma Long. But was this the night he toppled Ma Long, or would the king's reign continue? But no one expected what would happen next. October 6, 2024. On that day the stadium was electric. Beijing. 2024 China Smash Men's Singles Final. Set 1, Lin strikes first, 11-4 Lin. From the opening ball, the 19-year-old showed no fear. Lin Shidong ripped through Ma Long with ruthless speed, crushing the opener 11-4 and sending shockwaves through the arena. You thought Lin Shidong would sweep 4-0 after winning the first set? Not even close. Set 2, the dragon refuses to lose, 11-7 Ma. But Ma Long wasn't rattled. The two-time Olympic champion steadied the game, tightened his placement and slowed Lin's rhythm. With clinical precision he took the second set 11-7. Set 3, experience speaks, 11-5 Ma. The momentum shifted. Ma dictated the rallies, forcing Lin into mistakes. The crowd roared as the veteran surged ahead, sealing the third 11-5 and reminding everyone why he's the king. Set 4, a battle of nerves, 15-13 Ma. This was survival mode. Lin threw everything at Ma, blazing forehands, relentless attacks. But Ma dug deep, saving set points with ice in his veins. In a thriller he edged it 15-13, putting Lin down 1-3 and just one set from defeat. You thought Ma Long would continue to sweep 4-1 after winning the fourth set? Not even close. Set 5, Lin refuses to fold, 11-4 Lin. But Lin Shidong wasn't done. He stormed back with fearless aggression, dominating from the first rally. A commanding 11-4 win kept his dream alive and reignited the fight. Set 6, the teenager turns the tide, 11-5 Lin. Suddenly the pressure flipped. Lin controlled the tempo, smashing through Ma's defenses. The teenager owned the court, leveling the match with an emphatic 11-5. The crowd sensed history brewing. Set 7. The passing of the torch, 11-8 Lin. Everything came down to one final set. Point by point, rally by rally, Lin refused to blink. With Ma Long fighting desperately to hold on, the 19-year-old sealed it 11-8. The arena erupted. Lin Shidong had just defeated the two-time Olympic champion in a 7-set war. Result: Lin Shidong 4-3 Ma Long. Lin Shidong won. But wait. Long before the 2024 showdown, back in October 2018, Timo Boll was already making waves. Timo Boll was a two-time World Cup champion, expected to dominate. But Dimitrij Ovtcharov pushed him to the edge. Who saw that coming? But no one expected what would happen next. October 21, 2018. The stadium was electric. France. ITTF World Cup 2018 men's singles table tennis semi-final. The rally that shocked the world was coming, but nobody in the arena could predict how it would unfold. Set 1. The German showdown begins. Ovtcharov came in blazing, his backhand counters hitting like thunder. Timo fought back with control and touch, but the younger German struck first. 14-12, Ovtcharov took the opener and the pressure was on. You thought Ovtcharov would sweep 4-0 after winning the first set? Not even close. Set 2, the veteran refuses to lose. Boll adjusted, slowed the pace and forced Ovtcharov into longer rallies. His calm composure paid off. 11-7, momentum swung his way. Set 3, nerve of steel. Rally after rally, both refused to blink. Boll's angles, Ovtcharov's power, the crowd couldn't breathe. 13-15, Boll snatched another, flipping the script. You thought Boll would continue to sweep 4-1 after winning the 3-th set? Not even close. Set 4, Ovtcharov strikes back. Refusing to fade, Dima unleashed his forehand fury. 11-9, he stayed alive. Set 5, the turning point. Every shot now carried weight. Ovtcharov led early, but Boll's patience broke him down. 11-13, Boll one set away from glory. Set 6, the finishing touch. Timo Boll, calm under chaos, sealed it 11-5, and the crowd erupted. The veteran had outlasted the powerhouse, proving once again experience still conquers fire. Result: Timo Boll 4-2 Dimitrij Ovtcharov. After watching every one-point table tennis comeback that left fans speechless, which part surprised you the most? Comment below and share your thoughts with the reason why.